Dear viewers and listeners, welcome back to Study Great Books. Today let's start with the part 4 of character building of the great book Guru. The first title is The Power of Honesty. L.C. Blanco is a writer who wrote this short article. From the first moment I met Master Chowa, it was like he was training me with my clairvoyance. He already knew that I was clairvoyant. Without telling me, he knew that my clairvoyance came from a member of my family. Elsie, what do you see? He used to ask me from the beginning of class. Once during a break, we were in an elevator and I was looking at him and he asked me what I was seeing. But I stated that I didn't see anything. All he said was, and then that day he tried not to talk to me again for the whole class period. And really, that was my first lesson about honesty. Next title is Embodiment of Loving Kindness and Generosity, written by Mobile. Grandmaster Chowa Koksui gave a beautiful talk in Hamburg, Germany, many years ago, and at the end of it, approximately 50 people lined up for the gift of healing. Even though it was already late, he did not hesitate to help. As the line was almost at its end, a little old lady came up for her healing. Grandmaster started working on her and then stopped to ask the translator to go and get his wallet. He opened his wallet and took out a large amount and lovingly gifted it to the lady. He told her kindly that her money worries were making her sick and she should not worry in the future. This happened very discreetly. And the next title is The Virtue of Generosity and Kindness, written by Shakun Moyal. Being born in India, the word Guru was a word I heard very often. My mother always said each one of us must have one. So I always pondered on the role of a Guru in one's life and why it was so important to have one. The questions arose. Would he teach me Vedic mantra? Would he tell me stories of the great epics? Maybe he would teach me my favorite subjects. So my search started young. The seeds of meditation and service were sown when I was in school, but it is only now that I realized it was all the doing of Master who came to my life and held my hands tight. He is then the guiding force in my life, the guiding star. Master came into my life in the summer of 1993, but at that time I did not realize that my search for a guru was over. At first, and in my eyes, Master was a teacher of a powerful healing method, and I was, of course, healed from my pain. That was it at that time. No further quest. Yes, I was excited to learn, to heal, and to spread the teachings, as it was magic to me. But after a couple of years with Master, I slowly started understanding his teachings. One day it dawned in me that my search was over and that Master was the one for me. My philosopher, my guide, my teacher, my guru, in whose capable hands I gladly handed over my very being. I have never looked back since then, as he took care of me and my family with his love, care, guidance, and patience. Regarding my internal journey with Master's teachings, I have learned my different beautiful and life changing lessons over these last 24 years of my life. But the point which transformed my thinking is the idea of giving and being happy about giving but not proud. To give generously and happily to share one's knowledge, to feed the hungry, to provide medical aid, to listen to people in distress and reach out to them, and to respect nature, the list goes on. In one of his earlier visits in India, we had gone to Sarojini market in Delhi during winter. Delhi winters can be severe, and they were more so back in those days. There were many needy people out in the open without enough warm clothing. We stopped at a shawl stall and he bought all of them and started giving them out. He bought more than 200 pieces. Of course, there was a huge crowd that built up, and passers by are awed by this act of incredible kindness and generosity. But I thought I was smart and said, Master, if I had known you were buying so many, I would have bargained for a better rate. He stopped and said, Listen, who needs the money more, me or the poor man, poor woman in the shop? Never bargain with the needy. Let them also make a profit so they can survive. Two lessons were learned. Thank you, Master. His punctuality was also especially commendable. On a trip with him to the Himalayas, one time he would ask at night before retiring to his room, Tomorrow, what time do we leave? He would be downstairs ready to depart 10 minutes before the schedule, even though many of us would still be running here and there collecting our bags. Then one evening he addressed us and asked, Why do you think I am punctual? The rest of his statement left us awestruck as he said, If one wastes another person's time, the law of karma will come back to you multiplied, and you are a big group. Calculate 10 minutes by the number of people, and there you have your figure, multiply it. On another trip to Bhutan, as usual, Master liked his afternoon walks and he started questioning us. The lessons of tithing and service are given to you all multiple times. But where to give and serve is the question. So, when you go back to India, I will launch the Food for Hungry Foundation so that my pranic healers and others can practice these virtues of generosity and sow the right seeds for future lifetimes. An investment well made by giving to my authorized organization created for tithing and service. He said this would be separate from pranic healing foundations who spread the teachings, and thus the Food for Hungry foundations were formed in India in 2004. Master also initiated and drafted the Zero Hunger Act, which was taken up by the Delhi MCKS FFHF. It was tabled in the parliament and as well all know it was past. No credit was given to Master or his team, but I know he was never looking for fame but service to the world. I could keep on rambling and talking about Master as the learning in endless, but mind moderation, as MCK has always said, deep gratitude to him, my guru, who did not only nurtured me, but he took my family under his watch and set the path for the right values in life for all of us. In the previous part 3 video post, we have already discussed about the generosity, tithing, service, and few about pranic healing. And in the first title of this video post, the power of honesty, we should have heard the word clairvoyant. Clairvoyant or the clairvoyance is an adverb of a view of a particular person who can not only view the physical view what we all have, apart from that the energy body view can also be visible for that particular person. Some human beings are gifted by birth with clairvoyance, whereas ourselves can become clairvoyant by regularly practicing the pranic healing and getting upgraded with the arhatic yoga levels. In a certain level of arhatic yoga, we can be eligible to learn about clairvoyance, and in that class of clairvoyance we can learn about how to view, which is not exactly the physical but the energy. How can we view and examine the energy body, find the ailment, scan, cleanse and cure, and help the patient to recover and get cured. That's the meaning of clairvoyance. Through our physical eyes itself, apart from the physical objects, we will be able to view some energy bodies and its depletion or congestion or any infections we can view. That's the clairvoyance, which can be gifted by birth or by learning the arhatic yoga levels and getting chance to learn the clairvoyance through a certain higher level course offered by the inner studies, the arhatic yoga ashram. Thank you. Let's meet again with the part 5 video post of the character building of the great book Guru, and go through the next titles: A Tale of Generosity and Healing, Down to Earth, and Gratitude. Thanks for watching and listening. See you again. Bye bye.